Bye, guys.
Hello and welcome to GC360, where news comes full circle. I'm Zaria Golston.
And I'm Ryan Bauman, bringing you news from the Georgia College campus all across the Milledgeville community. Coming up on GC360, after his controversial comedy act, Matt Krackomberger officially resigns as SGA Vice President-elect. What is next for the Student Government Association?
And also, have you noticed Milledgeville's lack of public transportation? GC360 looks further into what the community has to say.
Matt Krackomberger has resigned as Student Government Vice President-elect. The decision followed mounting pressure stemming from a controversial stand-up routine at 80 Pi's King of Diamonds fundraiser on March 7th. Many Georgia College students were upset at some of Krackomberger's jokes, which were heavily criticized by student organization leaders. Krackomberger declined to be interviewed by GC360, but reportedly told the Colonnade that his aim was not to offend, but only to humor his biggest supporters at the event. He said the performance was unwise and, quote, "If I wasn't Vice President-elect, it would not have been an issue." Krackomberger also told the Colonnade that a large factor in his resignation was his mental health, something President-elect Amelia Lord confirmed. Outgoing SGA President Mike Mueller also said Krackomberger, quote, "did the right thing by resigning, and it's time for us to move on." In the wake of the resignation, Sarah Smith has been named Interim Vice President-elect. A resolution to create an appointment process is on the agenda for SGA's Friday meeting. A 2/3 vote is necessary for Smith's appointment to be confirmed, as this is a constitutional change for SGA.
With the poverty rate in Baldwin County running close to 50%, many residents don't have the luxury of owning a vehicle. And with no public transportation in Milledgeville, many residents must walk for miles to get places. GC360's Saskia Lindsay reports on what this means for the community.
Milledgeville residents are calling for more public transportation options. Residents say there are many people who don't have vehicles, and that's causing major inconveniences and even dangerous situations.
Polluted air from the torn up cars and like the property and people walking, people getting killed on the side of the roads from the walking and all that. Yeah, it's a problem.
Because like cars like that can hit you. They be speeding.
Some have even lost those close to them due to walking on dangerous roads.
He was headed to the store on 441 and just got hit by a car.
And he died?
Mm-hmm.
The lack of transportation options leaves residents walking for miles. Okay, so you're walking all the way from here to 441. How many miles is that?
Over 8.
Oh, so that's a normal day, though.
Yeah, it's a normal day.
James Aldridge came to Milledgeville from London to play soccer for Georgia Military College. He says the comparison between public transportation in Milledgeville and London is shocking.
Transportation in Milledgeville is absolutely horrendous. London or anywhere else you go, you don't have to worry about any sort of form of transport. All buses run every 20 minutes. Trains everywhere, taxis are cheap, so it was a big shock coming here and realising I've got to walk everywhere.
Many locals say that public transportation would be a solution to many of their problems.
Yeah, it would be beneficial. It's something that needs to occur. They've got some, but it's not enough.
But as far as the buses and stuff, yeah, I would like to see some transit buses here. Some transit buses here in Baldwin County.
They can make more buses to help transport more people who don't have a vehicle. Say for instance, it's the person who can't drive or something, or in a medical condition, they probably need somebody to transport them somewhere.
Many Milledgeville residents are calling for change.
Change is inevitable. You're going to have change, whether you like it or not. You get enough people, if they go to the county commissioner meeting, they go to the city hall, city council meeting and protest, and stay on the politicians, go to your legislators and stay on them, you may get something done.
GC360 will bring you updates on what the City of Milledgeville officials think of this problem and what potential solutions, if any, are. This is Saskia Lindsay, GC360.
Up next, students gathered to discuss how to better the Milledgeville community.
Do you have the solution? See what a faculty member suggests after the break.
At the Grove, and we are located directly across the street from the Georgia College dorms, which is within walking distance from the campus. We offer 2 and 3 bedroom apartments here. We have 2 resort-style pools, a 24-hour fitness center. So just take a short stroll across the street from Georgia College and come check us out.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun? Whoa, 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 whoa. Can you feel the sun?
It's not another case of the flu outbreak. This time, it's pollen. As the weather changes, the pollen count in our area keeps climbing. WSB-TV mentioned last week that pollen levels across Georgia were the highest in at least 2 years. GC360 interviewed Abby Mitchell, and she has this to say.
The pollen's been really bad for me this year. It really affects me every single day. I have to take medicine every single day and use nose spray and eye drops. And it really affects me when I'm trying to work out or run. I have a lot of drainage. So yeah, I know it's probably been bad for everyone this year. It's been really bad for me.
People with asthma and bad allergies, like myself, suffer most during these times. Doctors may recommend taking allergy medicines and avoiding heavily pollinated areas as much as possible.
Georgia Talk on Wednesday focused on sparking a conversation about how to make the city safer, stronger, and more dynamic. GC360 spoke with Jamie Adey, an Instruction Research Services librarian from Georgia College, about the event called Milledgeville on the Table.
Milledgeville on the Table was inspired by the Chicago Community Trust on the Table. The Twin Lakes Library System and Georgia College's organization, Spectrum PR, adopted this idea to give members of our community a chance to bring ideas to the table about how to make Milledgeville a better place.
Milledgeville on the Table, I think it is important because it is a way to take kind of the formalness out of civic conversations that really affect everybody who live in our city.
Students shared ideas and opinions on ways to improve Milledgeville and how to bridge the gap between the college community and the Milledgeville community. Students suggested public transportation, more events open to the public and the college, and adding more aesthetics such as planting trees and flowers along the roads.
Also, everyone can say like more green space, really just to kind of open Milledgeville up. I think that's really important too, just for more places to go and like more creative outlets.
Addie has more to say about how Georgia College can get involved in making this change happen.
So I think it's important for Georgia College to be a part of that conversation because there tends to be a divide between Georgia College community and then the community of Milledgeville in the larger sense.
Addie explained what changes she hopes to see in the future.
I think that it's important to get student buy-in in some of these questions that we're asking about the community. I would love it if Milledgeville did a better job at retaining some of the student talent that we bring to Georgia College and graduate each year. So it was really important to me to host a conversation like this on campus and bring some student perspective to the table.
Time Talks are held every Wednesday at noon at the Georgia College Library, allowing students to voice opinions about a variety of issues affecting us all. For GC360, this is Hannah Kirk.
After the break, get ready for a complete breakdown of all the sports team standings.
But before that, what is the recruiting process like for Georgia College Athletics? All that up next. Stay with us.
Every student wants housing less than 2 blocks from campus, so join your friends at Prospect. We offer a state-of-the-art pool, study room, fitness center, and coffee bar. Availability is limited, and we offer roommate matching, so call us today. Schedule a tour, come visit, and check out your future home.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back to GC360. I'm Stephen Walters.
And I'm Avery Roach.
And we're here to bring you all you need to know about sports in the Milledgeville community.
Recruiting is a major part of any collegiate program success, but what exactly does it take to find athletes to compete here at Georgia College? Our Isaiah Smith has more.
For coaches at Georgia College, recruiting is vital to their success, and they rely on transfers and international recruits to add depth and diversity to the team.
We have a very diverse, roster, and I think that's something that I've grown to really respect from our internationals.
Clark says international players bring a greater appreciation for soccer to the program since it's such a big sport abroad. Recruiting international athletes often begins with coaches getting tips from recruiting services.
On a normal day, we'll get 10 to 12 kids from all over the world emailed to us, so now it's just a matter of filtering it through them all.
International athletes face the same challenges as freshmen in the U.S.
Probably classes, the schedule was a little different. Meals were at different times. People wake up earlier here. They do things a different way, so it took me, like I said, it took me a while to get used to it.
Transfers face similar challenges.
So when I came, this was the first time I've ever been away from home. At my community college, I lived at home for 2 years, so coming here it was a big adjustment being on my own. Not having my family, and also trying to make new friends and trying to fit in with the team.
Coaches must receive permission from a transferring athlete's current institution to contact them, and then athletes must be granted a release to complete the process.
It's not as easy as most people think. Every now and then we'll have some hang-ups because, we'll find out kind of after the fact that, hey, that coaching staff didn't want that player to leave. They kind of, hey, was a good player, wanted them to stick around, which is understandable.
Georgia College's transfers say they chose the school for its close-knit environment.
I felt Georgia College was different because the environment was more family-like, and at a bigger school, it's more of a job.
In the Peach Belt Conference, adding international players or experienced transfers can take a team from the middle of the pack to championship contention.
The Peach Belt Conference, at least on the women's side, is more transfer heavy at the top with your top programs. As it probably has ever been since I've been a head coach.
In spite of this, Georgia College's coaches say there isn't a fixed number of transfers or international players they aim to bring into their programs each year. Instead, they stick to the same formula used when searching for American players. trying to find the best player who fits their team and will succeed on campus. For Georgia College, I'm Isaiah Smith.
Many GC sports teams are about 3/4 done with their spring seasons, and many teams are in the line to make the playoffs. Baseball and softball are in first and second places in the Peach Belt respectively, and Stephen has more on what's led to their success.
Yeah, thank you, Avery. Let's start with baseball. As you said, currently first in the Peach Belt Conference with a 19-2 record. That includes 15-2 at home. Now, three things that have really clicked for them. First being the lineup. As you see here, up and down the lineup, you have guys who currently lead the PBC in many offensive categories. Right now, as a team, they're leading in batting average, slugging percentage, hits. And now the big key is that this lineup doesn't strike out a lot. And that's why you see Nate Schmall hitting .452, Garrett Green .449. So a lot of these guys, because they're not striking out, are putting the ball in play, which has been leading to their higher averages. And 5 Bobcats are currently in the top 10 in batting average, including Garrett Green and Nate Schmall. As I said before, they're actually pacing the PBC in batting average. Now, it's not only the hitting that's working for the Bobcats. On the other side of the ball, senior right-hander Charlie Hecht has been absolutely lights out. I know he was on here just a few weeks ago, but currently has the lowest ERA in the Peach Belt. Big reason for success, as you can see down here, his increased strikeout rate. And you see, the past couple years, wasn't really striking out too many hitters. This year, 83 strikeouts in just 62 1/3 innings. And with that increased strikeout rate, he was on, like I said, a few weeks ago, and he really said that it's his mentality and his fastball velocity that has led to his success. And he's also been helped out by his defense. Behind him, they've committed just 19 errors all season. And the team currently has 9 conference games left. They seem to be the favorite heading into the playoffs, so definitely keep a lookout for them. Now moving over to the Peeler Complex with Georgia College softball. Softball also looking at a playoff spot. They're sitting at 27-11 on the season, and they've also relied on offense. They've scored the second most runs in the Peach Belt Conference. Now, 2 hitters who really stick out to me are Holland Coursey and Caroline Snyder. And Coursey, one of the leaders in average in the Peach Belt Conference. She currently leads the Peach Belt Conference in average. As you can see, her numbers, and a lot of that has been out of the number 4 spot in the lineup. And moving over, Caroline Snyder, the 5th highest average in the Peach Belt, and she's been hitting 5th a lot of late. So with those 2 in the middle of the lineup, the team has been on a roll of late, and they actually won both of their games by 1 run yesterday against Francis Marion. And their next game, they'll be home against Flagler this Saturday for a doubleheader, so be sure to get out to that game. Now I'm going to send it back over to Avery for a report on Georgia College tennis.
Thank you, Stephen. Women's tennis ranked 2nd in the Peach Belt Conference with a 6-1 record after beating Lander on Tuesday. While Jenna Kelly has continued her success in the number 1 slot, newcomers junior Paula Garriga and freshman Amelia Richter have made a name for themselves this season. Garriga is 14-1 while Richter is 14-0. The team is currently in action at Columbus State. Men's tennis sits 3rd in the conference. Senior Pedro Encenaro and junior Janet Kimbier have continued their success as 1-2 punch for the team. Encenaro ranks 3rd among number 1s with 11-3 record, while Kimbier leads number 2s with an 11-2 record. The men are also currently facing Columbus State. And Stephen, what do you have to tell us about the golf team?
Yeah, Avery. So although the team started off the season slow, they ended up placing 4th at the Richard Rendelman Invitational in March. So team hasn't really been able to replicate that success since, but there's been 2 bright spots for this team, Austin Mancinella and Justin Connolly, and both have just been doing really well of late. Mancilla leads the Bobcats, averaging just 2 over on the season, while Connolly has also been a bright spot. He's averaging about 74 on the season. So They will be back on the course of the PBC Championships this Friday, so be sure to keep up with that on gcbobcats.com. And that's it for your spring sports update. We'll send it back to Avery at the desk.
Coming up, the entertainment team has a full report on the walk to end MS. But before that, the Green Market. And what can you expect to find there? Harley and Jai will have that for you after the break.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Son, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
Hey guys, and welcome back to GC360. I'm Harley Pope.
And I'm Jai Fitzgerald. We all either love to be good to our bodies or know deep down we need to be better.
I know for sure that I could be better with my exercising and with my eating habits. But on Saturday, I stumbled upon the best little fresh market that really motivated me to keep up a healthy lifestyle. And guess what? It's right here in Milledgeville.
This past Saturday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., the Green Market took place at the Milledgeville Marketplace Pavilion, right next to Golden Pantry. I decided to get up and see what it was all about. And I discovered produce and products that you can't find anywhere else in town. There were many local farmers selling fresh veggies, herbs, flowers, and potted plants. You can also buy items like jams, baked goods, and specialty soaps. They were the coolest for having organizations there like Swipe Out Hunger, and I love the biodegradable coffee cups. There was also Crystal Bay Collective, where you can pick a stone that best fits you, and he will wrap it for you. After her yoga session, Trielle Chatham told me what she thinks of the market.
Hey guys, I'm Trielle and I came to the farmer's market this morning. They had a yoga session at 11, so I came, I got my coffee, sipped coffee while I did yoga, and then bought some farm fresh eggs. I think it's great what they're doing here at the farmer's market, so it's like everybody gets to be around each other, the community's really great, and then you also get to buy some really like farm fresh, local produce and other stuff, and it's really cool and I love it.
The best part about it all? The market is now happening every single Saturday, rain or shine. For more information on what they have to offer, please visit www.greenmarketmilledgeville.com. I, of course,
It looked like so much fun.
Yeah, it was.
You can find a little bit of everything there.
Yeah, and I really ended up buying a carton of fresh eggs because I didn't know that you could leave them out and unrefrigerated for over 45 days.
Are you serious?
And it would still be fresh. Yeah, you're not even supposed to refrigerate them technically. So I bought some and they're actually already all gone. They were delicious. And I got this cute little necklace here.
Cute.
Yeah, you can make fire with it. I really had a nice time.
Fire and eggs that you don't refrigerate? I need to go.
I'll bring you on Saturday. Every Saturday, we should go. And also on Saturday, April 7th, this past one, Georgia College's Spectrum PR team were in Macon, Georgia.
Their mission? To walk the MS event. This event is hosted every year to raise awareness for multiple sclerosis. Athletes came out every Saturday morning and gave it their all.
Many kids participated in this year's run. Even dogs came out to support. Each runner had a reason to take part in the event, so it was really personal for each person.
Heather Reedon, Senior Manager of Advocacy for the National Walk Miss Society, shared her take on the event.
I am the Senior Manager of Advocacy for the National MS Society. I cover Alabama, South Carolina, and Georgia. This is my first MS walk. I am grateful to be here and so happy that we have fabulous volunteers here in Macon. Walkin' Us was founded over 30 years ago by the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. It's our biggest fundraiser each year. Our mission is to improve the lives of individuals living with MS, to find a cure for MS, and to end MS forever. Meeting the great volunteers and individuals living with MS and their families and their supporters has been an absolute pleasure.
Here for multiple sclerosis, they had a great turnout. The event raised $16,000, $421 in donations.
That's a lot of money. That's amazing.
The race was a great way for the community to get involved, and the Walk Miss Association is grateful for all of the participants this year.
Do we have some news for you today?
Y'all, we got some tea to spill.
Tea in the celebrity world.
Hot. As of last night, Khloe Kardashian has given birth to her baby with Tristan Thompson, and it's a girl.
It's a girl. Could this be because of the stress from him cheating on her? She was about to hit 9 months of pregnancy, and now the pictures and the photos and the videos are coming out. I mean, what is going on?
Like, it's crazy because honestly, I don't know if they're going to put it up on the green screen behind us.
Look them,
but they were leaving in a hotel room, like him and his, mistress.
Oh,
look at that.
There
That's
it is. Disgusting.
That is awful. He was like kissing other girls, everything. And apparently, this has been going on since last October. And fans even booed him last night when he walked on the basketball court. I heard that he only played for a good 30 minutes, but the booing didn't stop. So this birth is definitely stress related. Poor Khloe. I feel kind of bad.
I do too. I mean, I hope the baby's going to be okay, but she reportedly allowed him to be in the delivery room with her as well because she wanted the full experience. If that happened to me, I would not have let him put my feelings aside like that. But you go, Khloe. You go, girl.
Yeah.
But up next is Adrian Gardner with Our Local Corner.
That's it for entertainment, guys. See you all next week.
Thanks, Harley and Jai. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Local Corner with your hostess with the mostest. I'm Adrian Gardner, bringing you the scoop on a more serious matter, vehicle safety. Recently in Milledgeville, there have been many car accidents, and I thought it would be a great idea to go over some basic driving rules that will hopefully benefit us all. Rule number 1, texting and driving is a no-go. Everyone has seen the commercials and even seen the effects of texting and driving. According to DMV.org, young drivers under the age of 20 are very avid texters, and 27% of people in fatal car crashes that attributed to distracted driving were young drivers. Rule number 2, click it or get a ticket. Remember that seat belts are here to help you, not to hurt you. Again, according to DMV.org, seat belts reduce the risk of death by 45% and reduce the risk of injury by 50%. I don't know about you guys, but I like those odds. Rule number 3, please, please, please watch your speed. Although more people tend to speed more at night, it's still a lot more dangerous. Think about it. It's dark and you can't see, giving you a higher chance to hit something or get a speeding ticket. Rule number 4, before getting behind the wheel, make sure you have everything, and you need to make sure to check your car before you start driving. So make it your business to remember your license and just keep your registration in your car. Also remember to check for broken tail lights and see if your blinkers are working properly. And rule number 5, turn on your signals, people. Plain as that. If you have a turn coming that you know you have to take, make it your top priority to turn your blinkers on so that the other drivers behind you know ahead of time. Not only is it a hazard, but it is also a driving pet peeve of mine. Thank you guys for listening to these important driving tips. What are some of your driving pet peeves? We want to hear. Let us know at GC360 News. Stop riding dirty, you guys. That's all I have for you this week. For now, let's go back to the news desk.
Thanks for the update, Adrian. That's it for news here at GC360.
When we're not on air, we keep you up to date on our social media pages and our website, GC360news.com. I'm Zaria Golston.
And I'm Ryan Bauman, always available to you. GC360, where news comes full circle. Do you consider yourself a good driver, Zaria?
I think I'm doing pretty good. I'm like getting adjusted to everything.